Hey everybody, it's me, Neo Universe. I'm here with another Minecraft video today. And today, we're gonna be continuing from like what I said from last video, where I'm basically back in our world, and I'm going to be rebuilding and sort of remastering each of the builds that were once in this world. We're going to be starting with something big, all right? And what we're starting with is the base. Um, this will be kind of a difficult one. Um, and how it's really going to work is that it's really just going to be a huge montage of me just like building. Don't worry, you're not going to be sitting through the entire process of me like building this thing block by block. This will take forever if I did it like that. What I will at least do as a favor is that I'm just going to basically show snippets of the process of each part, and so thankfully you won't have to sit around and all that stuff. And hopefully, I don't. To be honest, I'm not fully sure if I will finish this in like one video, only because that this actual base took days to really build. As far as I can remember, it has been a very long time. I just know that like it took days upon days to build this, and like I'm not even the best builder, so that's what just made it even longer for me. So basically that's how it's gonna go. So we're gonna be getting started. All right. So I gotta lock in. Wish me luck, everyone. Now I'm not sure if anyone else does this, but Um, I use torches to sort of help me count just how much I know, how many blocks I've been putting down. So far, that was 10. This should round up to about 30, I want to say. I don't know, I never really was the best with numbers, so. Now this might set off my cat. This might mess up my count just a little bit, but the entrance, this is probably not how the entrance is like gonna really look, but like the general area where the entrance is, it will be in this 4 block gap. And I did complete a segment over there that will be meant for a sort of hallway like spot, kind of like that one area where I had a bunch of armors lying in a row. Okay, we're getting there of the general shape. Once I connect it, I at least know the outline of the build. One thing I just have to make sure is that I'm just trying to make it look different from how it actually was, because I mean, it did. I mean, regardless on how it looks now, it obviously isn't going to look pretty when it's just like the foundation and the other structures. But it's at least going to look good when it is finished, and it's going to look. I'm going to try and make it look like an improvement compared. Oh, sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze. Compared to the original. Um, yeah, because the original was more like just a regular building, and I'm still going to go with that type of look for, I guess, a regular building, but like, I guess, a little bit more, what's the word? Fortified, I think? But yeah, so we're just going to make it look a bit more advanced, to say the least. And it's definitely, I know this is a bit of a hot one, but I'm gonna try to see if I can make it like much more of a taller structure, because like by itself it already was a tall structure, but not pushing the to the sky limit, but at least making it much more compared to how it used to be, for at least having the sake of, well, more like, what's the phrase? Like, not like having more rooms for more storage, but just having like a bigger diversity of like stuff that is in the base, you know? So that's how the idea is going to go. Okay, I think we are now done with making the general outline of how it will look, I guess like when you're looking at it from above. So we're going to at least extend this area, because I want to make it more like a walkway. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, that's like 5 blocks right there. Maybe like push it to like 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if it doesn't really look that appealing, we'll push it even further. But we're going to leave it like that for right now. And I don't know. To be honest, now that I think about it, this island, I'm probably going to use it for more builds that go that work well with the phrasing that work well with the base itself. Because, like, no offense to any of my friends' builds, I loved them and I still do. But the thing was is that, like, it just kind of felt like we were going a little crazy just by trying to fill in the space with like a random build that probably wasn't going to be used. I don't really know. But what I'm trying to say is that I'm gonna try and make the island this time around just have build get out of my way. Can have builds that just kind of work with the base, you know? We had a what was it? A sort of minecart um like train system, like a minecart transportation system, something like that, you know? And so um it was meant to work with the I'm gonna change the time. It was meant to work with like the base because other landmarks had their own minecart stops. It was really just a whole thing. So yeah. Anyway, so what we're gonna do here is that um, we are going to at least set up where the um, words. Basically, we're going to be using these iron blocks to set up where the foundation will go to sort of lift up the, um, I guess, to the next levels or something like that. Add the poles, the walls, whatever you want to call. I don't really know. So basically, we're just going to add these here. So yeah. Because another thing that was a bigger pain to do, that I don't really know why I did this, but it was just such a pain doing it. I had to dig out like the entire ground of the island just so I can replace it with iron blocks to do the floor. When I really could have just saved myself much more time by just like I don't know placing them on top. Like, why wasn't I thinking that ago? But anyway, but you know, obviously we learn from our mistakes. So what we're going to at least do is that we're going to set up this outline. I still want to use the same blocks that I used for like the original build, as you can see, because for those who may or may not have been watching my videos for quite a while, I used like the similar like blocks for like the base the first time around, and it was kind of plain looking, but like you know it was meant to look like a like an armed like not like no armored facility, something like that. It just kind of meant to look like not your average building. So yeah, but at least on the bright side, I'm gonna just try and have some more I don't know, maybe just it's something different, more personality to it, you know? It's got a lot of you know, that's not saying the first one didn't. The first one had a lot of personality. You got to believe me. Um, but we're just going to leave that here. I'm not going to get carried away on the walkway just yet. We're just going to leave it like this. Um, yeah, like that. Okay. And we're going to be setting like each of the poles that are going to sort of like lift up the like sort of just I don't know, set the I don't know, the foundation, I guess. We're just going to have it like this. We're going to place one at each corner, move it to the next one, and yeah. Now, I will say that setting up the, I guess the pillars, we're going to just save that for right now. Setting up these pillars to basically measure on how high each of the floors are going to be was definitely way easier than setting up basically well, just the floors and everything else. And then it just like, you know, you just know, like, how high are we going to make the block? So let's see. Right now, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're definitely gonna have it higher than that. I don't think each floor is definitely not gonna have the same height. Because that would be crazy, and that would definitely push this to the sky limit. Maybe I don't know. But we're at least gonna have the main floor be higher than 5 blocks. Okay, so we've at least connected each of the pillars, so we can at least form, I guess, a structure here. And we're gonna have the first floor, but bro, you move, get out of the way. We're gonna have the first floor be approximately 7 blocks. Um, yeah. So like once you're standing on it, like if these guys can get out of the way, if you're standing on it, like move. Seriously, come on, guys. So yeah, standing on it like this, it will be. I guess like if I was looking at the ceiling right there, you know, it's like it's high, but like I wouldn't say super high. I've definitely seen like structures that have higher roofs, but we're gonna have it be at that. For safe measures, we're going to have each of the floors, well, actually, basically, each floor is going to have one distinct height. Obviously, each room can't just have their own height. That would be crazy, or at least it would just take longer, for this build. And with that, the second floor frame, sorry, can't speak today. The second floor frame has been constructed. And so we're going to have it be approximately, oh, I actually flew away from it. We're going to have it be approximately 5 blocks tall. So yes. And it's going to be and obviously, most of the floors, I think after the second, will have different structures at like where they stop. The second floor is an exact recreation compared to floor number 1, and I'm going to see if I can make floor number 3 a little different. So, mental note: have the lowest number of how many blocks each floor will basically be 5, because thinking about it, having it be any lower will probably be extremely small compared for this exact compared for this build and only this build. Third floor has been constructed, I guess, or at least the frame. Moving on. And floor 4 has been constructed, and it will be about approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks. So it would definitely be meant for something important. So keep that in mind. And floor 5 has been constructed. So, and is going to be exactly the same as floor 4 at 10 blocks tall. I think this is floor 6. I'm already starting to lose count. Has been constructed, and now we will probably do one more to finish it off. Like I said, I have no idea if I'll actually be able to finish this entire build, only just the framing, because in real time, this has taken quite a while. You're just seeing it as snippets, so yeah. Alright, and that is possibly the final floor of the entire base. So, this is going to be a lot. Way more than before. I will say though, I might edit a few things, maybe add some things here and there, because I think I'm doing very good, because I do have the intention of putting a lot of stuff in each floor. Like, maybe even too much, but that's just my imagination. But yeah, I know it looks very cube and not that super expressive, I guess, I don't know. But like I said, not the greatest builder, but at the same time, I don't really have to be the greatest builder, you know? I can just do however I, feel like it. So, yeah. And again, I'm going to try my best to make sure that you guys experience this in snippets, so you don't have to deal with all of the exhausting time that I've spent making this. So, I really hope you enjoy this video, and I will see you in the next one.